Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of NBA 2K18 My Career Offline. I am Jose Sports Gamer back with another video. Before we go into anything else, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos. Also to check out my other channel, The Dynamite. If you want to see more content from me, I will be uploading Life is Strange Before the Storm bonus episode videos in the near future, most likely within this week. Now today I'm going to talk about the Lakers and what I expect in the final few games of the season, like we're talking about in the last quarter of the season. I'm going to include the Lakers in this video, but first I'm going to talk about the other teams. I'm going to talk about the teams that could fall down or actually get up. I'm not going to talk about the teams that go to the playoffs, like the Raptors or the Celtics or the Cavaliers or the Pacers or the Rockets or the Warriors, the Blazers and the Pelicans or the Timberwolves. I'm going to be talking about teams that actually either have a shot at falling down or have a shot at going back up. Most likely, I'm going to be talking about teams in the Western Conference. I'm going to be touching them right now in this video. So let's talk about the Clippers. So we all know that in the trade deadline they traded Blake Griffin to the Detroit Pistons. And well, at first it seemed like the Pistons were about to make a run at the playoffs with Blake Griffin there was a certain win streak going on. But the last 10 games as of today, or actually tonight, March 11th, 2018 at 9:07 p.m. Puerto Rico time, the Pistons have lost 3 of their last 7 games, and if this trend continues, they're not going to enter the playoffs. Right below the Pistons are the Hornets. Honestly, who expects anything from the Hornets? From the Hornets. After that, the next, most likely they are already eliminated. And after that, what else do you expect? The two teams with the highest odds at even making a comeback on this thing in the Eastern Conference are the Detroit Pistons and the Charlotte Hornets. And then after that, it's like the John Travolta gift where he's looking around like, what else can you expect from the other Eastern Conference teams that are in the bottom of the playoff seaboard or the standing seaboard or whatever the case may be? But now going into the Western Conference, which is a bit of a different story, although there are already 4 teams eliminated in the Dallas Mavericks, the Sacramento Kings, the Phoenix Suns, and the Memphis Grizzlies. Those teams just did not have luck this year. First off, I'm going to touch in the San Antonio Spurs, which is a bit of a surprise if you were to think about their history, especially over the last couple of decades. They have a record of 37-29. That's on Spurs like, especially knowing that they have been 2-8 on their last 10 games, which means that they have been struggling. And it has showed in the standings. Every other team above them has either won 9 out of the last 10 games, 7 out of the last 10, or won 5 out of the last 10, or maybe won 8 out of the last 10 games. Even the Clippers, who are this close to one up the Spurs very soon, have won 7 of their last 10 games. And then you have the teams that are below the playoff race but are still in it, the Denver Nuggets and the Utah Jazz, both standing at 37-30. If the Clippers, the Nuggets, and the Jazz win their next game, the Spurs are out of the playoff race, at least temporarily. And it will be the first time in a long while that the Spurs wouldn't even make the playoffs. Now, it all depends on what happens with Kawhi Leonard. Will he come back? Will he stay out? It all depends. He's been cleared to return to playing basketball. I mean, it could all turn dramatic in the next few weeks. Then we go with the Clippers. I mean, this team, again, has a chance to one-up the San Antonio Spurs and be in 7th place in the standings, which means that they will face the Golden State Warriors in the first round. I mean, pretty interesting matchup. Unfortunately, it will not be the same Clippers team that it was a few years ago. And the only player of the Clippers Big Three that will be staying in there would be DeAndre Jordan, because Blake Griffin is in Detroit and Chris Paul is in Houston, leading the Rockets, or helping James Harden leading the charge in Houston. And the Clippers, I thought that after the Blake Griffin trade, it would be like, well, what now? I mean, what's gonna help them? Fortunately, they did have a decent package, and they've been doing all right ever since. They have a 7-3 record in the last 10 games. It all depends on how smooth sailing this goes. If they keep on winning games, they're gonna stay in the playoff race. If they lose, then they're out of it alongside their Hollywood, or just say Los Angeles sibling, the Lakers, which I'm gonna touch on soon in the video. Then we have the Denver Nuggets that are just out of it, but they're still in the race. And if anything happens to either the Spurs or the Clippers, they are in the playoff race. The same goes with the Jazz. I mean, the Nuggets do have a good future ahead of them. They're building their team nicely. You might see the Nuggets in the playoffs this year. You might never know. Then we go with the Jazz. Honest question. How many of you thought the Utah Jazz were completely out of it after seeing Gordon Hayward go to the Boston Celtics? I mean, if you think that they would have been down and out at this point in the season, I don't blame you. But so far, they've actually had a good winning record. I mean, a decent winning record at 47-30. That's not really bad. But it all depends on what happens from here to the end of the season. They have 15 games left in the season. 15. So think about that number for a second. Last but not least, we have the Los Angeles Lakers. And being a Lakers fan and a person that has mentioned a few times in previous videos that the Lakers might make the playoffs, as the season goes down, it seems less likely that they're going to make the playoffs. Of course, it also seems like they have played 2 games less than the other teams, which I have mentioned, which has been the Nuggets and the Jazz. But still, I just don't, unless there's something extremely dramatic like a 15 or 17 game winning streak at the end of the season, I just don't think that they will have enough gas on the tank to actually go to the playoffs. And that's sad in my opinion. Can they actually have a winning season like a 42-40 record, or at least have a 41 record? Of course they can. They're on good pace to go there. But all depends on what happens in the next two games, which they will have 17 games remaining, I suppose. So if they have a good record on those last 17 games, like if they win like 7 or 8 more games in their opposing team, they're set. But that's not much likely, knowing that the Clippers, the Nuggets, and the Jazz are having decent winning streaks right now. So if the Clippers, Nuggets, and Jazz hold up, the Lakers are not gonna be in the playoffs this year. But I'm gonna say good job to the Lakers this season, the late stretches of the season, for actually, making the season interesting for at the very least. And they no longer look like the fraud of a Lakers team, or the or the terrible team that they used to be a couple years ago after Dwight Howard left, after Steve Nash was getting injured left and right, after Kobe left. No, the Lakers are a different team right now, and they have proved it so far, and they can keep this momentum. They can carry it towards next season. I mean, who knows? I mean, the Lakers might be back in full force next season, regardless of what happens in free agency. I mean, it all depends. Let's not go too far right now. But the Lakers, it pains me to say, but they're not making they might not really make the playoffs. You know, luck must really be on their side at this moment in time, because otherwise they're just not gonna hold up that long. I mean the Clippers would have to be falling down. The Nuggets will have to be falling down. The Jazz will have to be falling down as well if the Lakers want to have a shot at going to the playoffs in the first place, or at all in this season. I mean, that's about as much as I could say at this moment in time. I mean, is there no hope for them? There's hope for them to make a run for it, possibly get up a little bit in the playoff standings, depending, but not likely. If the Clippers, Nuggets, and Jazz luck and maintains, then the Lakers are gonna stay where they are, and they're not gonna make the playoffs. I mean, I'm not mad that they are not gonna make the playoffs, because honestly they have shown a lot of effort, they've shown aggressiveness, so this is a team for the future. Expect them next year to make that jump, regardless of what happens in free agency. If they don't get anybody, don't worry, they're gonna make that jump regardless. If they do get somebody, expect them to become a playoff contender for the next 3 to 5 years. I mean, if we have to wait to say the Lakers are finally in the playoffs, then so be it. Because right now we're finally seeing that all of the efforts to rebuilding the team is finally starting to pay off. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. Going to the last minute of this video, putting in summary what has been the entire season. I mean, it's been crazy. The Rockets are in it, the Warriors are in it, the Raptors are in first place so far this season. The Celtics are right behind them, and it makes you wonder what might have been like if Gordon Hayward was healthy this time around. Would they have been the best team in the NBA? Who knows? And then the disappointment that were the Oklahoma City Thunder. I mean, I don't care what anybody else has to say about the Thunder. They haven't stunk, but they just haven't flowed. They haven't had that flow this season, if you understand what I'm saying. They really need to kick Carmelo Anthony out of the Thunder if they expect to make any jump next year at the very least. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, share, comment, subscribe for more videos. Till next time with another video. Peace.